Namaste, namaste, and welcome online yogis and those who will practice later on the video to this Wednesday yoga practice. It is our second week of March, and so today we're going to dedicate our practice to all things spring, creating a firm foundation and building strength and finding our inner strength from there. So it's a practice about confidence and about blooming and about transformation and all of that good stuff. So until we get to that bit, let us spend a few moments arriving in the yoga space. So sitting wherever is comfortable for you, resting the hands wherever is comfortable, trying to find a sense of a lift. So often we spend our time in habitual patterns in our body, but when we come into doing something different or specific like yoga, our body suddenly finds space to sit tall and lengthen. See if you can tap into that energy. And when you find your comfortable seat, closing your eyes or gazing gently downward, and taking this moment to step away from the rest of the hubbub of life. So stepping away from those fed up feelings, stepping away from the melee of the wind and the rain, or the thoughts in your head. And come to this time and this place. Our yoga space is a safe space for us to express ourselves, to let go. It's a peaceful place as well. And that doesn't mean that we come into it feeling peaceful, but it means that we can leave it feeling peaceful. Notice how your body's feeling just now. Physically, any areas that feel a little uncomfortable or feel a bit stuck or stiff. Notice too the areas of the body that feel strong, that feel willing, that feel softer, at ease. Perhaps notice the kinds of feelings that you're having, the kinds of thoughts that you're having. And any kind of feelings or thoughts are permitted. There is no wrong way to feel. Sometimes when we're feeling a bit low, we try to quash it or push it down or push it away. Instead today, allow it to be. Notice it. Accept it. And then it's easier for us to let it go. Take a moment to gently deepen your breath. As you breathe out, draw your abdominal muscles inwards to help that exhalation be more full. And then breathing deeply into the sides of the body, the back and the chest. And breathing out more fully, using the engagement across the navel. Breathing into the rib cage, the collarbones, the shoulder blades. And breathing out completely. Practice a few more rounds of this breath. Gathering energy, strength, fortitude. And letting go of holding, stiffness, tension, discomfort. At the end of your next exhalation, you can allow your chin to come down towards your chest, feeling that length, and then rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, and the chin towards the chest, and the left ear towards the left shoulder. Just going side to side to begin with, feeling the sides of the neck, the connections into the jaw, the temple, the ear, the shoulders, the chest, the upper back. Noticing where there's resistance in the body and not pressing through it or moving through it, but simply moving away from it. Trying to move a bit more gently where there is resistance and a bit more fully where there's space. If you want to, you can create circles with the head, trying to avoid dropping the head back behind you, but making a lift of the chin instead. If it doesn't suit you to circle, don't circle. Reversing your motion if you are. Going as slowly as feels good to you. And finishing with your head in the center. Opening your eyes if you've had them closed. And then rolling your shoulders. If you prefer, you can practice the whole time with your eyes closed. That's okay. And we're going to roll the opposite way as well. Very good. And then now we've woken up the shoulders a little bit, let's do some shoulder circles with the hands towards the shoulders themselves or towards the chest. It can be anywhere, and they don't have to touch the body, but then making elbow circles, finding your wings, finding the connections underneath the arm, down the back, the sides and the front of the body. And beginning to move a little bit more fully, perhaps, if there's room to do that. And you don't have to move more fully if there isn't room, no problem at all. Allow your head to move as you move, any way that feels natural. So avoid holding the neck rigid. And then we'll reverse our circles. We're going to go the opposite way. You can start big or small, however the body moves you, the energy moves you. And again, you can move your head if you want to. And we'll do 2 more in this direction. And resting the arms to the side when you're ready. So you can keep your feet closer together or take them wider apart if you prefer. I like wider apart because it gives me a sort of wider base. And we're going to do shoulder circles with the left arm. So feel like you can move your torso as well. We're almost making torso circles, but we're moving the shoulder as well. And then we're going to soften that elbow so that we can move more of the arm as we move. And again, allowing your head to follow a natural pattern of the movement. If you want to extend your arm a little further, you can, or you can do any of the variations so far. Very good. 1 more in this direction. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction as well. So you don't have to start with the shoulder circles. You can start with the soft elbow or the extended arm. Use your other arm for support and your belly muscles. Find that your center is working to allow you to make this movement with the whole body. And we'll do 1 more of these. And rest the arm back to center. And when we do that, just bringing the legs a bit more narrow so that you can rest the left arm hanging by the left side and just swing front to back rather, not side to side, front to back. Give it a little release in the shoulder there. And then picking the arm up, placing it wherever's good, legs a little bit wider perhaps, and beginning to move in the right shoulder. And here we can feel, perhaps you can feel the movement of the shoulder blade over the back, that gliding movement. Whenever you're ready, you can soften the elbow and make those arm circles a little bit more expressive, being sure to move your head as well. Try to avoid holding the jaw rigid. More expansive, expressive circles with a longer arm if you want. Feel that you are using the whole of the body that's available to you here. Real firmness in the belly. And one more in this direction. We'll go the opposite way. So you don't need to start small unless it feels good to do that. You can keep the elbow soft perhaps, or move straight into longer arms. You know what you're doing. You don't have to look at the screen. You can allow your head to look in any direction. It feels encouraged to do so by the movement. And we'll do one more in this direction. Bringing yourself back to sitting upright, legs a little closer together so you can hang your right arm by your right side, perhaps just a little lean to that side and swinging the arm backwards and forwards, just to soften the effort in the shoulder, chest, upper back. Nice and heavy. And then when you're ready, you can bring that arm back to the center. Great stuff. So we've really opened up our rib cage a little bit, and we're just going to do a touch more. So bringing the hands down onto the knees, and we're going to circle the chest around the navel. So that's the sort of action we're looking at. We're looking at this sort of upright circling. I've got a really creaky chair today, so if yours is creaking and making you giggle, be sure to let it out. And we'll go the opposite way as well. So we're looking for, there's a little movement through the torso here, the rib cage, as it undulates a bit. But it's a very stiff part of the body, so there's not very much movement there. We're trying to get as much as we can. We'll do one more in this direction. And then coming back to the center. And we're going to stretch our legs a little bit out in front of us and then make ankle circles so that we, I might need to move back a bit here, so that we roll the knees together and apart. So you're pivoting on your heels, knees together and apart. As you circle through your ankles, perhaps it feels good to circle through your wrists as well, you don't have to. And you can go the opposite way as well. Now, some people feel really moved by this, so you might feel that your pelvis is rocking, and that's okay. Allow the movement to happen. Try not to resist it. If it feels good, just a little touch of effort across the belly muscles here. Very good. And coming back to center. I'm just going to move this block out of the way because it's not helpful right now. And I'm going to shift to right to one side of my seat. Not all the way. I've still got both buttocks on the seat, pretty much. And maybe sitting just a little bit further towards the edge. And then with the left knee first, hands can be on the hips, or you can use your seat for support with your right hand, making knee circles here. So you can do as much as feels good. You can start small. And if you want to, you can roll a little bit further. You can even move your right knee out of the way to make more space, if that feels good. Use the support of your right hand and your belly muscles and go in both directions. So reversing if you haven't done already. And if this is really challenging, then just have the knee on the foot on the floor and make some movements in and out, backwards and forwards. And it is not exactly the same, but it will be a nice alternative. Do one more. and then place the feet down. We're going to shift ourselves to the opposite side. So sitting more towards the right side of the chair, right hand onto the hip, bending the right knee, flexing the foot, and making nice circles with that knee. You can feel what's happening in your hip. This is my clunky side, so this clunks a little bit inside my hip. It doesn't feel painful, and so if you're reversing the motion now, if you're taking care for wear and tear, you want to avoid that clunking, the deep sort of bone clunking. So if you get that, try to make your movement smaller or different. So I only get it going in one direction, so it's better to go in the opposite direction for me. When you're ready, you can place your foot to the floor, come back to the center, just place your hands onto your knees or your thighs for a moment, sit tall and allow your body to absorb all of that information, all of that work. Very good. So we're going to come up to standing for a little bit of mobilizing in other ways as well. And then we will come back to sitting for some of our lovely seated warrior poses as well. So in standing, we're going to step the feet quite wide apart, allow the knees to be soft, take the opportunity to bounce into the knees a few times, just finding that firm grip with the feet on the floor. And this is where our bare feet can be really useful for us because we get much more feedback from the soles of the feet when they're bare. But if you're in socks, that's okay, don't worry about it. Rest the arms down by the side, and when you're ready, you can begin a little twisting from side to side, a little Kati Chakrasana. Soft in the shoulders, the elbows and the fingers, because we've done a lot of shoulder opening work already. So we're letting the shoulders really relax here. Tap the body wherever feels comfortable, firming a little bit in the buttocks and the belly. Let your head follow your movement if that feels good to you. And maybe feel like you're pressing from one foot to the other. So your feet are almost one pressing forward, one pressing backwards. See if you can tap into that sensation in the feet, the movement of the floor on the skin of the soles of the feet. And then when you've had a few rounds of tapping into that sensation, you can pivot on your toes. So if it feels comfortable, pivoting on the toes. Feel a little openness as you move away from the toes. You can lengthen through the front of the pelvis on the side of the longer leg. If you want to, you can touch your opposite shoulder in front, opposite hip behind, really firming the belly and the buttocks, so you get that sense of a slightly deeper twist. If you want to, you can soften the knees in the middle as well. Do a little bounce, but you don't have to. That's only there if you'd like to add a little extra spice. And this is a movement that we do nearly every class, and so it can become repetitive and it can become mindless. So instead, make it really mindful today. Draw your awareness to all those simple things. Keep your awareness here in the practice. Allow your thoughts to remain focused here. When you're ready, you can stop bending the knees if you need to, and then float the feet to steadiness on the floor and allow the whole body to return gently to standing steady. And when you do, closing your eyes, feel the feet, feel the spaces in the feet where you are in contact with the floor, pressing down, and the center of the foot, and all of the places where you've got space between the foot and the floor, lifting up. Feel that lifting sensation come into the legs. Draw the knees up towards the hips by engaging through the thighs, particularly the quadriceps at the front of the thighs, lifting the buttocks, engage the pelvic floor, lift the belly muscles, lift the chest, lengthen through the back of the neck, turn the palms forwards, soften the shoulder blades down, and then open your eyes and look at one point and feel strong, stable, steady, centered. And then relax. Sorry guys, that's sort of like, rah, we're going to do it, and then relax. Okay, so we're going to do a little side bending. Well, we're going to do various things. So here we can imagine we've got our beach ball. We've got our feet nice and wide apart, a little softness to the knees. You can turn out the toes a little if that suits your hips better. And reaching your beach ball up in front of you. And then from here, soften your shoulders down the back, feel the belly lifting and engaging, and lift your beach ball as high up as you can without lifting your shoulders towards your ears. So your elbows can be soft, hands can be wide apart, your beach ball can be enormous if you'd like it to be. But getting as high as feels comfortable for the shoulders without lifting. And if you feel like you're lifting, just drawing the shoulder blades down again. Feeling that lifting in the pelvic floor and the belly muscles, and then we're going to rock ourselves around. So imagine you're drawing a circle with your head around the center of the spine in the pelvis. Good job. Really engaged in the feet, the buttocks, the sides, the belly. Go the opposite way as well. And allow your head to be free here. So we're not holding rigid in the back of the neck either. Very good. I can see some great wobbling going on camera. We'll do one more. And then we're going to just simply reach the arms and legs long, turn the palms and float the arms down to the sides. A nice slow release. Very good. And then rolling the shoulders a little, wiggling anything that needs wiggling. Great. So what we've done there is we've really woken up these core muscles that support the body, basically everywhere from the shoulders down to the knees, which is ideal. That's the core. I know it's pretty much the entire body, but let's say that's the core. Let's do our standing undulations. So feet stay in the same position. We're going to draw the elbows wide as we open the chest, looking up, firming the buttocks in this back bending position, and then draping forwards as we breathe out, scooping the belly in, tucking the tailbone under, chin towards the chest. Inhaling up, maybe sticking the tailbone out as you open the chest, and exhaling, rounding, scooping in, leaning slightly forward. Inhaling. And exhaling. Let's do one more. Inhaling. And exhaling. Here in our draped forward bend, just spend a few extra minutes here. If you want to, you can fold a little further down. You have to be able to get up again though. So if you need to, you can use the seat of the chair for support for the arms. Or if you're confident, you can just drape a little further. We want to feel the length in the low back, but at the same time, a little firmness in the buttocks and a bend in the knees so that it's a soft length. We're not straining. Scooping the belly in, bend the knees a little deeper, and then roll up, press into the feet to draw yourself tall again. And as you come up, turn the palms forward. Breathe in, reach the arms up, palms facing upwards to wherever feels comfortable for your shoulders. They are down. And then breathing out, hands together in the center of the chest. And taking the thumbs towards the sternum, towards the chest itself. Very good. Let's do a couple of those breaths. So releasing the hands down, turning the palms forward, breathing in, reaching up, firm belly, firm buttocks, firm feet. And breathing out, palms together, center of the chest. Good job. Turning the hands forward, breathing in, scooping the arms up, opening the chest, And breathing out, palms together. And draw them down to the center of the chest. Last one. Breathing in. And breathing out. This time we're going to add a side bend. We've still got the legs quite far apart at this point. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, bending over to the right side, firm in the left foot. Firm in the right foot as you return to center. And breathing out to the other side. Firm in the right foot as you go to the left. Firm in the left foot as you return to center. And then bringing the palms together and down to the center of the chest. Relax the arms. Let's do that one more time. Turning the palms, breathing in, reaching up. This time left first. Breathing out as you lean to the left, firm in the right foot as you go down, firm in the left foot as you return, breathing into center. Breathing out over to the right. Firm the left foot to the floor and then firm the right foot to the floor to return. And breathing out as you bring the hands down to the center of the chest. I appreciate the breath was a bit muddled there. Relax the arms to the side. We're going to move the feet together or towards each other. So they don't have to be absolutely together. Excuse me as I adjust the clothing. But if you want to create an energetic connection, you can bring the toes, the big toes to each other. The heels don't have to be, but the big toes towards each other is quite nice. And that's a way to connect the energy in the feet without allowing without having the feet touching. Let's do the same thing. I should stop babbling. So turning the palms forward, breathing in, reaching the arms up. Firm belly, firm buttocks. Breathing out as you lean over to the right side, press into the left foot. Breathe in back to the center, pressing into the right foot. Breathing out over to the left side, press into the right foot. And breathing out, press into the left foot to return to center. Let's bring the palms together and just drawing them down to the center of the chest. Great stuff. Let's try that one again. Turning the palms forward, breathing in. Breathing out to the left first, press into the right foot. And press into the left foot as you return, exhaling. Breathing into the right, press into the left foot. And press into the right foot as you return, exhaling. Bring the palms together and gently down to the center of the chest. Don't worry if the breathing is muddled. Now, for anyone who would like to, you can do this with the legs crossed as well. So if crossing the legs isn't going to suit you, that's okay. Do it again with the legs close together. So if you want to, this time crossing the left foot over the right foot, making sure that both feet are on the floor. The knees can be softened, that's no problem at all. Breathe, turning the palms forward, breathing in, reaching the arms up. And we're going to breathe out as we reach over to the right. Come back to the center as we return. And then breathe out, in, out, over to the left. And back to the center. Keeping the arms up. If you've got the legs crossed, cross them the opposite way. If you're practicing with the legs crossed, that's fine. And then we're going to go to the left first, breathing out over to the left. Breathe in back to the center and breathing out over to the right. And breathe in back to the center. Step your feet so that they are not crossed. Bring the palms together and drop the hands down to the chest. Relax the arms to the side. If you would like to, you can give your legs a little bit of a shake. Well done, guys. Come, let us sit on our chairs again. Super duper stuff. I'm just going to pop that under there. Coming to sit on our chairs after that standing up work. That's quite nice to be able to sit down for a little while and rest our legs. We're going to take the feet as comfortably apart as feels good to you. So it doesn't matter. If you have got the knees quite far apart, try turning your toes outwards if that feels good. If it doesn't, try turning the toes forward. I find that that pulls my knees a little bit. My feet prefer to be turned out. And we're sitting as tall as we're able to here. We're going to do some side bending and a reach and fold. So if you're not sure, just watching. First side, we're going to place the right hand on the right thigh or the right side of the chair or the right hip, wherever is good. We're going to breathe in, reaching the left hand up and breathing out as we come over. Breathing in back to the center and then breathing out, taking the left elbow to the right knee. And it doesn't have to get there, it's just the direction of. Breathing in, reaching the left arm wide. Breathing out as we go over to the right side, firm in the belly. Breathing in back to the center. Breathing out, elbow to right knee. Breathing in wide. Breathing out, over. Breathing in wide. Breathing out, elbow to knee. And we'll just do one more. Breathing in wide. Breathing out over to the right. Breathing in wide. Breathing out, elbow to knee. Breathing in the center. Breathing out, the left hand down. Place the left hand wherever is comfortable and useful. And then we'll do the same with the right side. Breathing in, reaching the right hand wide. Breathing out, leaning over to the left. Breathing in to reach wide and sit tall. Breathing out, right elbow to right knee. Breathing in, sitting tall. Breathing out, reaching over to the left side. Breathing in, sitting tall, firm belly, firm buttocks. Breathing out, elbow to knee. Breathing in. Breathing out, leaning to the left. Breathing in. Breathing out, right elbow to left knee. Last one, breathing in. Breathing out and over, really firm in the center. Breathing in. Breathing out, elbow to knee. Breathing in to sit tall. Breathing out to relax the right arm down. And we're just going to bring our knees and toes together, heels together, until our feet are, our knees are towards each other. And then we can sit for a moment, just feeling the effect of that practice. And that's a really lovely one to do, just that. If you feel all warmed up with a little Kati Chakrasana and then do these reaching, folding, then it's such a lovely way to wake up the energy down the sides of the body. So we're going to do a slightly different practice today that I don't think we've ever done before in class. So I will demonstrate. Oh, how exciting. So this is part of the Warrior series. In the Warrior series, sometimes we use the arms very statically or in a very reaching fashion, and sometimes we draw our bows. And this is what we're going to do today. We're going to add the function of the bow arms to our warriors. So here we're going to first reach the arms up, a nice soft elbows, soft arms, and we're going to fold forward over the legs, scooping the belly in so we round the back slightly. And then as we come up, we're going to lift the left knee and bring the left arm backwards, leaning slightly backwards, and lift the right arm up. So we've drawn our left bow, and you can do anything with the fingers that feels good. And then we're going to place the left foot down, reach the hands up, fold forward over the legs, draw the right elbow back, the right knee in, and lift the left arm up as we draw our bow on the opposite side. So we're going to go side to side. We'll do about 3 on each side. If it doesn't suit your low back, try to avoid going so far forward, or you can rest out of this practice completely. You can just do the drawing the knee in part if you prefer. Let's see how we go. Let's breathe in, reaching the arms up, nice drapey fingers and arms. Breathing out as we fold forward over the legs, scoop the belly in. Breathing in, drawing the left knee and the left elbow up, reaching the right arm up to the ceiling. And breathing out, reaching the foot to the floor. Breathing in, reaching both arms up. Breathing out as we fold forward. Breathing in, drawing the right elbow, right foot back, reaching the left arm up, and breathing out, foot to the floor. Breathing in, reaching both arms up, breathing out, folding forward. Breathing in, left elbow, left knee, reaching the right arm up to the ceiling, breathing out, foot to the floor. Breathing in and up, Breathing out as you fold. Breathing in, right elbow, right knee, lengthen left arm. Breathing out, foot to the floor. One more time to each side. Breathing in, breathing out as we fold forward. Firm in the belly and the buttocks. Breathing in, drawing back the left, reaching the right. Breathing out, foot to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, drawing back the right elbow, right knee, and reaching the left arm, foot to the floor. And then just gently settling the arms down to the side in any way that feels good. Roll the shoulders. Fantastic stuff, guys. Okay, so I think that we are probably ready for some lovely warrior pose action here. So come to the right side of your chair and step your right foot out to the right, and then lengthen your left leg out to the left. So you've got a nice open stance here. If you prefer the support underneath your thigh, you can sit more to the middle of your chair, that's okay. So it's entirely up to you. Have a shift, see where feels good for you. I quite like the openness underneath the thigh here. It gives me the feeling that I'm using my right leg, and it gives me more space to move my left leg into position. But your hips might suit you better here, where you feel more supported. You might have more room at this end. Whatever feels good for you, that's the important thing. So here, we're going to take our arms out to the side, just as we would do for a warrior pose. We're not worried about where the hips fall or where the back foot turns to. If it wants to turn inwards, that's okay. And here we're going to do a bow action as well. So we're going to sweep the left hand forward to the right hand, and then we're going to draw the left elbow back as we reach the right arm up to the ceiling. And then we're going to return to the center. And then we're going to do a different movement. So we're going to press the left hand forward and twist as we lean to the right side. And then we're going to come back to the center. So it's two actions with our arms. The first action is to sit tall, lengthen through the back of the neck, and then sweep the left hand to meet the right hand. Draw your bow, take your left elbow back, open your chest, reach your right arm up, and then come back to the center. And then press the left palm across the body as you twist, taking almost the left elbow to the right knee, and looking behind you. If you want to lengthen your right arm behind you, you can, and then coming back to the center. It doesn't matter how you get back to center. Let's do one more of these. So sweep the left hand to the right, draw your bow, dropping your left elbow back, reaching your right arm up, come back to sitting upright, firm belly, firm buttocks, press the left hand across the body, twisting left elbow towards right knee if it feels good, and then coming back to the center. Very good. We're going to bend the left knee, slide the left foot in, and then take the left leg to meet the right leg, and then do a little ballerina round to the center for a moment with our legs together. And here, let's cross. Now we've done mostly action with the left arm. So let's cross the left arm over the right arm and hug our shoulders. So here, it might be that you feel comfortable just where you are, relaxing the arms towards the chest. It might be that you want to do a little bit more. And if you want to do a little bit more, you can lift the elbows and draw the backs of the hands towards each other. And if the backs of the hands nearly meet, you can turn the palms to face each other, or you can wrap the palms around each other. So whichever of these, it could be hands here, it could be further up, it's no problem. Wherever you get to, just making a few little circles, and they're small circles with the elbows. Let's go in the opposite direction as well. Relax the arms to the sides. We're going to sweep the arms wide, hold the chair behind us, roll the shoulder blades to open the chest, looking up slightly, and then sit back to center. Let's do the other side. So taking the left foot, placing the left foot on the floor, either you can support the thigh with your chair or not, stepping your right foot as wide as feels comfortable. I'm slightly off the camera, I think. There we are. So where the legs fall is entirely determined by how comfortable your hips are and how open it feels good to you. Let's feel the center lift, reach the arms out to the sides. Shoulder blades are moving towards each other. There's a firmness in the belly and the buttocks. We're going to sweep the right hand to the left and then draw the right elbow back as we reach the left arm up, drawing our bow, and then coming back to the center. And then we're going to press the right hand across the body. You can reach the left hand behind you if you want, right elbow towards left knee, and then coming back to center again, just spinning with the arms, doing anything that feels good. From here, firm belly, firm buttocks, take the right hand to the left, draw the right elbow back, reach the left arm up, come back to the center, nice and firm in the legs, and then press the left hand across, right hand across the body, right elbow towards left knee, and then spinning the arms to come back upright. One more time, reaching the right hand to the left, firm belly, firm buttocks, draw the right elbow back, reach the left arm up, and then coming back to the center and pressing the right hand across the body as we twist, looking maybe slightly behind the body, and coming back to the center. Very good, relaxing the arms down, bending the right knee to draw it in and then draw it towards the left knee. Doesn't matter how you get there. And then doing your little ballerina twist to come back to the center. Ballerina twist. I'm sure we can come up with a better name than that. This time taking the right arm over the left arm as you wrap the arms around the body. Let the elbows be heavy here. Maybe just for a moment explore how it feels to turn the head from side to side or nod gently up and down. That's helpful to release any tension that we've created from the practice. And then if you want to, you can lift the elbows, bring the backs of the hands towards each other. If they get quite close but aren't quite touching, you can turn the palms towards each other, or you can wrap the hands one over the other. Wherever you get to, just making a little few circles with the elbows. So we're not so interested in forward or backward bending. It's more about creating those spiral connections in the body, going opposite way as well. Because our muscles are wrapped around things, they don't just fall in straight lines. And then coming back to the center, relaxing the arms down, opening the chest. We're going to take the hands behind us, roll the shoulder blades towards each other, either grip the chair or bring the palms together, or not the palms together, bring the hands to the low back, opening the chest, and very gently releasing. And because we've been sitting down for a little while, I know that we're moving towards relaxation, but we're going to do a standing downward facing dog. So it's a really nice alternative. So the counter pose for the classic counter pose for the warrior poses we've just done is a wide leg forward bend. So today we're going to do our downward dog with wider legs. So walk your feet out behind you and then widen your feet, at least as wide as your body, maybe even wider than your seat. And then soften the knees and just allow the pressing of the hands into the chair to support the torso between the hips and the hands. Here, if it feels good, you can lengthen one leg and bend the opposite knee and go a little bit from side to side. You'll sway your bottom a bit from side to side as you do that, and you'll hopefully be able to release tension from the low back if there's any effort left there. And then in the center, try dipping one shoulder and then the other. So the knees are still soft, but the legs are still. Dipping one shoulder and then the other, maybe looking from side to side as well. In the center, if you want to do a narrower version, where you simply sway your hips from side to side, then you can. Or if you prefer, you can look towards your seat, which we're all going to do now anyway, and then walk towards the chair as you stand upright. And hopefully that's fixed any feelings of stuckness in the low back. And then we can come to sitting for a gentle breath practice and relaxation. So if you want to put on any additional layers of clothing, now is the time. I might just throw on a jumper, gather your blankets and such like, and then we'll get ourselves all cozied up. Before we get really cozy, we're going to do one thing. So as long as you can move with your blanket, that's no problem at all. So taking your time to get yourself seated, and then if it's comfortable for you to do it, you can bend one knee into the chest and hug it towards you. And sometimes that, just with perhaps a little ankle roll, can be the thing that helps to soften the effort in the hip flexors. If you can't hug the knee that close, just hold underneath the back of the thigh. So same thing on the other side, rotating the foot at the ankle a couple of times in each direction, or holding underneath the back of the thigh if it's more comfortable, as long as you're supporting the weight of the leg and then releasing down. And then here, we're going to get ourselves into our cozy spot. It's my favorite bit of the class. I think that's probably true for lots of people. And wrap the blanket as far around you as you can. Settle yourself back into your seat. So we've done a lot of lifting. We're going to relax the body. It doesn't have to be rigidly upright for breathing. We just want it to be a sense of length and space in the torso. Going to take our hands down onto our blankets and practice Brahmari, the buzzing bee breath. So for this one, we need to take the tip of the tongue and put it on the roof of the mouth. And that action helps us to keep the teeth apart, which is important because when we start making our humming vibration, we don't want the teeth to be vibrating against each other. So before we begin that, let's just take a couple of deep breaths. Soften the features of the face, the shoulders, the jaw. Swallow once to relax the throat and the tongue. And then taking the tip of your tongue and placing it anywhere from the back of the front top teeth to further towards the softer part of the upper palate. Allow your teeth to be gently parted, but the mouth to be closed. Only on exhaling, making a humming, buzzing sound like a bee. Taking a deep breath in and keep going as you exhale. Keep going in the rhythm of your breath. And every time you exhale, feel a softening of all of the effort across the face, the eyes, the shoulders, the abdomen, the arms, the legs. As if that humming noise is draining all of the tension and effort from your body. Allow it to take away discomfort, conflict. Allow it to soften your heart, your emotions. And for the next 3, allow your hum to be very soft. So you're not projecting it to make a loud noise, you're keeping the sound almost to yourself. At the end of your next exhalation, allow your tongue to relax and your breath to move into its natural, spontaneous rhythm. Notice the absence of sound in your breath, the quietness, stillness. Allow that stillness to pervade the whole body and the mind. Allow yourself to fold deeper into that sense of peace, ease, spacious stillness for the remainder of your relaxation. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Bring your awareness back into your hands and your feet by wiggling first your fingers and toes. Then one ankle at a time, rolling the feet at the ankles. Rolling the hands at the wrists. And when you feel ready, take a deep breath in and stretch the body in any way that feels good. Maybe stretching the face for you. Feel that delicious stretch down the sides of the body, the arms, the legs, the chest, the neck, whatever feels good to be stretching. And then bringing the palms of the hands together, pressing them firmly, rubbing them fast. Trying to build up that heat, friction in the palms of the hands, pressing a little harder, rubbing a little faster. When the hands begin to feel warm, you can place the hands over the eyes. Feeling that warmth soften and release the area around the eyes, blinking into your palms a few times to soften and moisturize the eyes. And when you're ready, releasing the hands down as you open your eyes. Namaste, lovely yogis. Hope you enjoyed this practice. And I hope that you will feel that inner warrior throughout the coming week. And I'll see those of you who attend on Fridays for a similar practice to the one we did last Friday. But we're going to stick with warriors for the next wee while, for the whole of March, in fact. So, namaste, have a great week.